I asked the question, what is the difference between the church of those days and the nightclub? I am trying to differentiate it. I am trying to know the difference between the club and the church. Because those days, what they do in the club is the same thing they do in the church. The way they dance in the club is the same way they dance in the church. The way they dress to nightclub, to parties, is the same way they dress to the church of Christ. And they said it doesn't matter. And pastors, they don't see anything wrong with it. The GOs, they don't see anything wrong with it. He says, serve God. Dance unto the Lord. Worship your God. You are worshiping God with dance and praise. And there is no difference between a nightclubber and a churchgoer. There is no difference between the house of God and the house of the devil. There is no difference between the club where people go naked, because the same way they dress and go to the club, the same way they dress and come to the church. And they said, even some pastors, they tell you they have female trouser, they have male trouser. Why is it that they don't have female gown and they have male gown? Why is it that they don't have female blouse and they have male blouse? Why? Ask a question, and I need an answer. Since they have female trouser and male trouser, why is it that they don't have female blouse and male blouse? Why is it that they don't have female gown and male gown? Why are we fooling ourselves? Why are we deceiving ourselves? Because you want members. You want your church to be filled. And as such, you are taking people to hell. As such, you are endangering their soul. You have refused to tell them the truth. You have refused to differentiate it. You have refused to put a difference between church, the house of God, and the house of the devil. Don't you know, Pastor, you will answer for all this? Don't you know that all those souls that are under you, you will give account of them at the end of everything? Why have you refused to tell them the truth? Why have you refused to make it known to them and let them make choice? Why have you closed your mouth? Why have you stopped your ears and pretend as if you don't know what is going on? And pretend as if you don't know that what they are doing is very wrong. Pastor, man of God, GO, bishop, you will answer. On the last day, God will answer. God will ask you about their souls. Tell them the truth. Tell them that the house of God is a holy place where one must dress holy. Tell them that there is difference between the club and the church. Tell them that in the church of Christ, in the house of God, they cover their nakedness. They come dress holy, because it is very, very important. Why do you want to destroy them? Why do you want to drag them to hell? Why do you refuse to tell them the truth? Because you want their money. You want fame. You want cloud. You want people. You want to gather them for firewood for hell. Pastor, God will judge you on that day. You pastor, you bishop, you reverend father, that have refused to tell people the truth, that refuse to rebuke them of their sin, that refuse to tell them that you must cover up, that in the house of God you will dress. When you see other people profession, you will identify them by their dressing. Why is it that when we see Christians, we don't identify them? Why? Why is it that we hardly identify Christians by their dressing? The church of these days. Christ is crying. Jesus is asking you a question, why? Why have you turned my house into a house of thieves and criminals? Why have you turned my house into a house of prostitutes? The same lights, the same decoration they do in the nightclub, the same thing they do in the church. Where are you? God will ask you of those souls on that day. And you will surely give account of them on that day. You cannot escape it.